Welcome on in, everybody. Glad to have you join us. We are in week nine of quarantine, is that right?
I lost count.
We're going to get to double digits soon enough. I have faith in that. This next 2 weeks, we're doing a little switch up on things. So before I get chit-chatting too much, actually, just my lovely assistant here, Sarah, she's going to be doing some warm-up movements. I encourage you to do some warm-up movements out there as I'm chit-chatting too, whether that's grabbing a foam roller or doing some familiar warm-up movements that we've done in the past. Move accordingly, and then you'll just kind of take in my words as we're going through here. So a brief explanation on what we got coming up in the workout today and for the following 2 weeks is we're maintaining the range of motion movement, so a full range of motion. And then as we follow that, it's not with a pulse today, but with a hold. So very, very similar. We're not going to change the movement structure much. It's going to be a hold instead of a pulse. So we'll go through that kind of in the first half of the workout. And then the second half of the workout, we're doing cardio sets. We're doing a 40-20 cardio set where it's going to be 40 seconds of working out to a cardio movement, 20 seconds of recovery or active recovery. We do that with 3 exercises. So we'll do 3 exercises of that, then we'll take a break, and we'll do that 3 times overall. So that's what the meat and potatoes of today looks like, and then we do have a few new stretches in the back end as well. So just be prepared to come in to learn today. Equipment-wise, we're going to keep it real simple. Just one moderate handheld weight is all we're looking for today. So a good water bottle filled up, a heavy book, some palm olive right here. Stay away from palm oil. Don't do that. They desecrate our rainforest. Bad stuff. Few ground rolls. Let's go over the basics, which is if you can do this barefoot, I would really encourage you to do so. Proprioception, I want you to make sure you understand what muscles we're targeting with our exercises. I'll do my best to call it out. I want you to do your best to really implement that in the workout. If you got injuries, you're being very careful. We do have a lot of options today, so manageable options, and we have power options through a lot of our movements. So pay attention. If you're feeling ramped up, power option is for you. If you're feeling not so hot today, maybe more manageable approaches are your options for you today. If you got some tunes of your own, let's make it fun. Hit that play button, get it cranking over there, and then just check in with yourself and make sure you're aware and in tune with how you're feeling today. That's enough of my sitting chatting. Let's do a little mobile chatting up next. So we're going to start on the floor for our new warm-up set. And in the past, we've had repetitions of 6. Well, we're going to knock it down to 4 repetitions for each of our warm-up movements here. So we're going to start with cat-cow. We've got hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to breathe in and bring your chin up, push your belly down. And we're going to breathe out and push and arch through your spine upward. Breathe in, chin up, belly down. Exhale, press through the palms and arch the spine. 2 more times, breathe in. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the eyes. Exhale, tuck the chin. All right, next we go flat to the floor. So for our next 2 movements, we're going to go completely flat onto the floor. And we're going to start with a T position with the arms, and then after that, we're going to go to a Y position with the arms. So the arms are straight out to the side. We're going to breathe in and lift up just from the hips. So the feet stay grounded. Breathe out, lower back down. Breathe in, pull the arms back a little bit. Feel the back squeezing. Breathe out, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower, and squeeze your butt as you lift. And smooth coming down. Let's extend the arms up into the corners. Same thing. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. Down. Inhale up. Down, and last one. And down. Okay, so bringing ourselves back onto the hands. This is where things get a little funky with us. We're going to be working on a pigeon pose, which is normally one of our stretches, and we're going to try to mobilize it today. So I'm going to give you a forward angle. Sarah's going to give you the side angle. I want you to step your right foot forward, put your hands to the floor, and then bring that right foot over to the left side. So you're going to kind of work your way down to having that knee down, and actively our right hip pushing down to the floor, or our right butt pushing down to the floor is what we're trying to get at the bottom of the stretch. Your hands kind of steady under the shoulders, keeping your right foot on the floor. Breathe in and lift up your right knee, lift up your left knee, exhale and push your butt to the floor on that right side. Inhale, press away, lifting, keeping the right foot to the floor. Exhale, go down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, butt to floor, push it down. Last one, inhale, lift, and exhale down. Let's go ahead and alternate the legs, switch it out. Go to that left foot, stepping out, and then that left foot going over to the right side. Now, if your knee doesn't go to the floor, no big deal at all. You can keep that knee up and still just work on some ups and downs. So let's do it again. We're going to tuck the right toes. We're going to breathe in and lift the left knee. And we're going to breathe out and push our left butt towards the floor. Okay? Inhale, lift up. Exhale, butt to floor. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to lift up into a plank position. We've got 2 more warm-ups before we can do a little bit of cardio to finish it out. We're going to do our walkouts or our inchworms. So we're going to actually walk our hands backwards to our feet. And we're going to stand up nice and tall. Okay, we're going to lower it back down. You can bend those knees, walk it out, extend out to full plank, and then repeat. Hands back towards those feet, and keep it tall again at the top. Good. Walking on out, think control through your shoulders. Okay. You can bend those knees as much as you need. Bring it back up. If you need it as a more manageable option, when you come down to the floor, you're welcome to put the knees to the floor and kind of lower them and still walk those hands out. Bring it back up all the way. And stand up and stay up from here. Our last movement is going to have us doing some balance and stepping backwards. So we're going to move ourselves to the front of the mat. We're going to start with our right foot, bringing that knee up and hugging it into the chest. Then we're going to release the right leg and have it step back, and we're going to go into that classic twist that we do so often. Right hand to the floor, left hand up. We're going to bring the left hand down, and now we're going to push back with our left leg, kind of drop our head, getting a hamstring stretch to that right leg, that left leg, and then step forward and stand up tall. So let's switch it up. Let's practice it again. Left side, knee lifts up, hugs into the chest. That leg extends back nice and far. Left hand to the floor, right hand opens. Right hand to the floor, push back with that forward leg, and then step forward and stand up. We've got 2 more, 1 on each side. Right knee goes high, step it back next. Right hand to the floor, twist to the left. Hand down, extend the left leg, sit back, and step it forward and stand. Last one, let's lift up that left knee, hug it in. Send that left leg back, twist to the right side. Hand down, press and extend that right leg, and step up nice and tall. Good, so we've ended our warm-up routines with a little bit of cardio. We're going to continue that, but it's standing cardio today. We're going to bring our hands just kind of lightly behind the head. We're going to have our feet about shoulder width apart, if not even a little bit extra. We're going to crunch opposite elbow to opposite knee, come back up, and reverse it. So we got 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and 1. You go crunch and tall, crunch and tall. Now when that crunch happens, think about a breath out, right? Breathe out and go elbow to knee. As you stand back up, it is tall. You pull those shoulders behind you, and you feel kind of a firm stance through those feet and legs. Okay, last few. We go finished up in 3, in 2, and 1. That is good. You are officially warm. Now, as we go through our introductions of the movements and kind of the new exercise routine, feel free to play along with us, to practice the movements with us so that you can kind of keep some momentum going forward with your workout. We've got 2 movements to show you. They're single-sided movements. So we're going to start standing up, and we're going to use a weight each time. It is our moderate weight. So I've grabbed my water bottle. Sarah's got a nice handy weight around here. We're going to start with our weight in our right hand, and we're going to start in a squat position, single-sided squat. We're going to squat down, and as we come up, we're going to twist and push away from the body. So that weight is going to go across the body with that push every time at the top. We go in one direction only. More manageable approach, you just go halfway, and then you create that press through there. So that's your first movement. Then we go to the hold at the bottom. So we can keep that weight if you like. You get into the bottom of that squat, and we're going to hold it for 20 seconds. Now, power option extends those arms out in front, or more manageable option just keeps you a little bit higher wherever you need through there. Once we're done with one side of that movement, we go to the second movement down on the floor. So if we were holding the weight on the right side with our first exercise, we're going to continue to do that with our second. Feet are wide, the Renegade Row of pulling that elbow in. More manageable option has you on the knees here, but keeping those hips forward. So that's 40 seconds of doing that on a single side. Then we put the weight down and we hold that plank position for another 20. Okay, so I'm going to cue you on what you're working. Once that 20 is up, then we come back up and we hit repeat, but we switch our sides for that squat and press. So we'll put the weight into the left hand, we'll do that squat, we'll up, press, and turn. So once we've done both sides of both movements, then we take a break. I hope that is clear. We're going to get this up and running for you. You grab a moderate weight because you're going to need it for both exercises. And if you can make it handheld, it'll definitely make things even easier. So in 10 seconds, we get started right here. It's 40 seconds of our squat, our turn, and our press in 3, 2, 1. We squat, we push that weight across the body as you create that top point. And once again, it's a squat position. So we want to just kind of find those heels helping us up and down with kind of the strength of the movement. You get that nice extension of the arm, so push through that shoulder. Feel stability into that lat and that core. All right, so to follow this, keep on going right here. Sarah's just switching out weights, no worries. Keep on moving. To follow this, we're going to do a squat hold. Finish this in 3, 2, 1. You can keep the weight or put it down. Next we go to a hold. No pulsing, just hold coming up. We start in 3, 2, 1. Down to that bottom point and the hold is in. Find your balance through your core per always. Tighten up your belly muscles. Let's find the body's weight sitting mid-foot to heel. We're almost there. Last few finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Come down to the floor. Wide stance, Renegade Rows, weight in your right hand. We're going to go straight to it. We start in 3, 2, 1. Pull the elbow back and control the down. So we've got 40 seconds here. It's going to be a little while. Make sure that you're steady in what you're doing, and then next, assess what your hips are doing. Right, so Sarah's got the weight on that right side. I want to make sure that the hips aren't opening too much. As she tries to keep them parallel to the floor, she is working overtime. Okay, so we got 15 seconds. Now, if you need to go to the knees, if you need to take a break, you're always welcome to do that. Take breaks or take options as you need through there. Good, hips forward a little bit more there, Sarah. Bingo, now she's got that good activity. 3, 2, 1. The weight goes aside. It's a 20-second plank hold coming up. Regular plank hold. We get started in 3, 2, 1. So Sarah's got her regular plank. Power option on this. Open and hold one arm straight out in front. And if you need that manageable approach, both knees are down, hips are forward, and you are squeezing your butt. No matter what you're doing, you are squeezing your butt and breathing. In 3, in 2, in 1. Come back up, grab that weight. We're squatting on the opposite side. Get ready. 1 squat, 1 press. In 3, 2, 1. Squat it down, twist and push. Remember that weight is going across through that extension. And let's remember those heels are what's driving us up with power. We're going. Drop the weight then. Or go real lightweight. You can use this too. All right, so if you needed, you notice Sarah's kind of burning out a little bit, make weight adjustments. We're going to be here working on this for a little bit. Let's make sure that you got what you need. Good. As you stand up, breathe out. You can put that breath to the movement. All right, and then after this, we've got a squat hold coming up. In 3, 2, 1, 10 seconds of rest. Squat hold comes next with the weight or without is your choice. Get in position, start in 3, 2, 1. Down to the bottom, hold it, and breathe. Now that we're not moving into here, I want you to focus on the breath. Zone in with your eyes. Lock it in with your mental and physical strength right here. In 3, 2, 1. Bring it down to the floor. Wide stance with the feet. Opposite side with that weight. Renegade Rows. And we get started in 3, in 2, in 1. Control it up, control it down. Let's make it smooth. Once it's smooth, let's assess what those hips are doing. Are those hips staying in that right spot? Once again, maintain some steady breathing. If you're burning out, bend your knees and go to the knees. If you need a break, take a break through there. Any and all of that is a-okay. Great. So Sarah's down on the knees, but she pushed her hips forward, so the core's working. We got last few, everybody. Let's go finished up in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we go plank hold to finish this. Elbows or hands, your choice, or even knees. 3, 2, 1. Hold up there, and everybody squeeze your butt to its maximum capability. Lock and clench that thing, and then tighten up those abdominal muscles, and you are working overtime. Sarah's gone to that power option. Remember, you could go down to the knees if you need as well. We go finished in 3, 2, and rest. Recover. Nicely done, folks. Woo! Okay, everybody gets a little break time right here. Get yourself some water. Allow the heart rate to come back down for a moment. Hopefully we've got a little bit of an understanding of what we're doing now as we're going into our next 2 weeks.
It's heavy on the shoulders.
Is it? Okay. So yeah, Sarah just said it was pretty heavy for her on the shoulders. If you need to go a little bit lighter with that weight, maybe grab a can today. You are also welcome to do body weight through that. For both of those movements, you can do that extension with body weight, and we could also just do that single arm row facing plank position with no weight in that hand. All of those options, a-okay. Now we're gonna get back to it. I'm not gonna give you too much rest. So let me hit the restart button right here, and we'll have that official 10 seconds. So get yourself ready with whatever weight you need. 10 seconds, we get moving. It's a squat. It's a press with a twist at the top. In 3, in 2, in 1. Show me good control. Breathe in, coming down. Breathe out, pushing up. Okay, if we want to start putting proper breath into here, breathe in, coming down. Breathe out, and give me a strong push through that arm at the top. Good. And if you're feeling great with the movement, now you're going to start dropping lower into that squat. If you need to minimize, you can slow down, you can take breaks. You can also not extend that arm up as high. You got options for moderate needs. Okay, finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. We've got the hold coming up next. Weight or not, your choice. Bottom of the squat, we start in 3, in 2, in 1. To the bottom with that hold. Tight bellies and focused breathing, folks. Focused breathing. You are locked in. Good. Finish to the best of your ability. 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it to the floor. Feet wide. Keep the weight. Keep the weight on the same side. We get started in 3, 2, 1. Remember, moderate option. Down to the knees, more manageable approach. You can be down on the knees through here. And you could start at the top like Sarah, and you could take a break halfway through, or drop down to the knees halfway through too. Anything that gets the most out of what you were doing. There we go. Making sure that that shoulder and the hips stay a little towards the floor. 15 seconds is remaining here. You could also go down to an elbow, and you could pull up without weight as some other additional options. Okay, last few, we go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. We go plank hold next. 20 seconds of a plank hold to follow. Your choice. We get started in 3, 2, 1. Your choice of being on the knees for your more manageable approach. Your choice of reaching that arm out and holding it for that power option. Whatever you're doing, squeeze your butt. Get things tight back there. Wake it up, work it. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. All right, stand back up. We're gonna go squat on the opposite side. Squat on the opposite side. Grab a weight or go body weight. Start in 3, 2, 1. One squat, one turn, one press. And you're making things smooth early on. You're breathing in, going down. You're breathing out, coming up. Okay, breathe out and give me a powerful push with that arm. There we go. Make that adjustment as you need. Small breaks are always okay, especially if you feel unsafe. Keep yourself in a safe position with whatever you're doing. There we go. So we got ourselves about 10 seconds remaining. Focus in. Give me the last of some good squats here. All right, finished up in 3, 2, 1. You're going to go squat, hold next. Squat, hold coming up next. Get started in 3, in 2, in 1. Squat, hold for 20. Let's find the breath. Let's tighten the belly. Lock in the eyes, lock in the mentality. Go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Bring it down to the floor, wide stance with those feet. You got options, you can be on the knees, you can be on an elbow. We get started in 3, in 2, in 1. You got 40 on one side. Start out with the best you can, and if you're getting tired throughout it, make adjustments and kind of knock it down peg by peg. There we go. Keeping the body still as you can, right? When we're in a single-sided plank like this, maintaining stability and stillness is definitely taking that workout to the next level. Consider that and put that into what you're doing if you got that capability. 10 seconds remaining. Work through these last few. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. 10 seconds rest. Final plank hold coming up. All right, beginning in 3, in 2, in 1. It's that final plank right here. Let's light up those glutes, tuck them. Let's tighten that belly to maximum level. And if that neck's getting tight, you just move that head around a little bit. Sarah's gone power option. That arm is extended. You could be on the knees as well. Last little bit, folks. Go finished in 3, in 2, and rest. Woo! All right, well, I can see visibly we got the true test proving itself. You get a little bit of flush in the face there. That's not sun. Well, it might be sun. There's been a lot of sun. We've been getting some sun. All right, folks, go ahead and give yourselves a small breather. Get some water. Sarah and I are going to be moving you into your second half of the workout, which is going to be 3 cardio exercises for 40 seconds apiece as well, except this time you've got 20 seconds of rest and or active recovery. You've got an option on this one. We'll go over that in a little bit. So let's go over the 3 movements. We want to keep them fairly familiar. Third one's a little bit new, but we're going to start out with our skater movement. We're going to have this body weight. We want to make sure that we've got room to move laterally. Now, you hop to one side, you bring one foot behind you, and then you do a little hop side to side. Options are you can start to jump further, you can reach an opposite hand across, or you can simply step it and bring that foot behind you. So skater is cardio exercise number 1. Cardio exercise number 2 is the up down or a burpee as your power option. So Sarah's going to show you a more manageable option where she's going to go down to the hands and then stand back up. And then for me, I'm going to go flat to the chest and then bring it all the way up and stand up. If I wanted to go power option, I'm going to stand up and jump up as that power option. That's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 keeps us down on the floor. It's a bear crawl, so we're going to have our knees just about 1 inch above the floor. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to walk it to the top of that mat, and then we're going to walk it back to the back of that mat. Okay, so walking forward and backwards, trying to keep those knees there. Now, as a more manageable approach, your butt can come up higher and keep you a little bit safer. You can use that if necessary through there. So 40 seconds and then 20 seconds of rest, and we'll go over your active recovery as we get to it. I'm going to put some time on the clock. If you need any water, this is your moment to do so. Any adjustments necessary, make them happen. It's official. We got 10 seconds. We're going to start out with skaters here, folks. We get started in 3, in 2, in 1. Little lateral hop with that opposite foot going behind you. You can reach across. And I love what Sarah's doing right now, which is she's just kind of pacing herself in the beginning. 40 seconds is kind of a long time to be rocking out like some high intensity cardio. So I really encourage you guys to just think like progressive or think the long-term approach with each of these each time. that we can make it through. This is our first round, should be a good learning opportunity. Okay, so you got yourselves about 10 seconds left. If you want to amp it up, you're welcome to it. You can also maintain where you're at. We'll go finished up in 3, 2, and 1. Now we've got 20 seconds of rest. Active recovery choice is to take a step forward and raise up your arms, step back, take a step forward, raise up your arms, and step back. Our next movement is going to be our up downs. Okay, so up downs are coming up. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Come down to the floor and then bring yourself up. Now, more manageable approach, Sarah stays on her hands. She's going to step it out from the hands, stay in there, and stand back up. More powerful option is the jump at the top. So you could go flat to the chest at the bottom, and then when you come to the top, you give me a little pop, little jump to get yourself to that next level of challenge. Good. So we got 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Once again, take breaks if you need them. That is always okay. Or if you're feeling good, ramp up intensity and give me some drive here, folks. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. I want you to come down to the floor. Your active recovery here is going in and out of child's pose. Okay? In and out of child's pose. Or you can just rest. You can get some water. Totally fine. Your final cardio move is going to be that bear crawl up and back in 3, 2, 1. Lift up so the knees are just barely above the floor, and then walking forward and back on that mat. Now remember, butt can be up a little bit higher. More manageable approach, keeps you a little bit safer, makes it slightly easier for you. And same thing as we've been talking about today, take a break if you need it. All right, we got ourselves 15 seconds, 15 seconds. There we go, last few. We go finished in 3, in 2, in 1. All right, turn onto your back. Just give me about 20 seconds here. We're gonna have the feet up and dropping one foot down and then switching them over. You can give me a little imprint of that low back pressure downward and get a little bit more out of that. Or you can just rest. This is active recovery. Finished up in 3, in 2, and rest. Okay, so that is circuit number 1 right here. Circuit number 1 is completed. We got it 2 more times. What do you think there, boss?
I think this is just a once a week thing.
Oh, this is a once a week thing.
Not.
How quickly things change. How quickly things change. All right, so I will reset all this. Let's hit that. Very good. All right, so round 2, same thing, same cycle. We're going to be standing up and we're going to be working skaters for 40 seconds. Remember, progressively get into it if you need that approach. I'm going to hit that start button. We've got 10 seconds till we get going. Standing up, making sure you got some space to move to your left and right. We get started in 3, in 2, in 1. Little step and cross it. Good. So maintain it in the beginning. What's a pace that you can maintain for that long term? If you're feeling good, then you can add to what you're doing. And more manageable approach, remember, we can just step here. Step that foot back. We're always finding the weight in the forward leg is kind of the power option through there. 15 seconds. There we go, there we go. 10 seconds, stay in that zone. We've got recovery or active recovery next. Finished in 3, in 2, in 1. Okay, recover. If you want active recover, it's step forward and raise up the arms. Okay. Also welcome to just do nothing and breathe. Our next movement is going to be the up downs or the burpee for the power option. Let's get ready. We start in 3, in 2, in 1. Take it to the floor, bring it back up. Remember, full option is all the way flat to the floor, bring it up, and then power option throws a little bit of a jump into the top of that motion. Once again, what's a pace that you can keep going at, right? Don't be just jacking it up and then burning out on me. Let's make sure that you can maintain for 40. Good. Breathe in steady. Breathe in smooth. Getting good challenge into what we're doing. 10 seconds. All right, finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Come down to the floor. Active recovery is in and out of child's pose. And just kind of smooth in and out. You could also just rest, and then we're going to finish with those bear crawls coming up next. Okay, let's get ready for bear crawls, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Those knees hovering above the floor, working your way to the top of that mat, and then working your way back. Butt can be higher for safer. If you need it, do it. If you need breaks, do it. There we go. Good. Love it, folks. We got 15 seconds. Let's breathe. Let's keep that oxygen coming in. We should be pushing on this last little bit. Let's get ourselves challenged. We are rocked up and finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's turn ourselves around real quick. Put those feet up into the air. Shins at that tabletop position. 1 foot slowly drops. And we keep a little pressure of that low back down into the floor to get the good activity into the kind of that weaker, underused low back area. All right, in 3, in 2, in 1. That is rest and recover. Ladies and germs, one more chance. That's all you got to do. One more time with this cardio motion.
Easy for you to say.
It is so easy for me to say. Gosh, I'm barely even breaking a sweat today.
My heart's beating faster than when I do sprints.
Oh my goodness. Like you just saw a couple Yorkies walk by, huh? Yeah.
Right after.
You know, every once in a while we like to highlight things that make Sarah happy. Yorkies, the small little dogs. She loves them. If you want to see a great photo. This is the latest and greatest in the house.
It's the real mouth and muscle.
It's the real mouth and muscle. That is the absolute truth. Yes. All right. So get ready for your last opportunity here today, folks. Finish up with that water. I'm going to hit that reset button. You got one more time to do this. It is skaters to start. It is 10 seconds and we get started. Let's get in position. Let's rock it out. We got 3 minutes remaining of a workout right here. In 3, in 2, in 1. Little lateral step. Let's pace it early on so that maybe you can push when we get to the very back end. Pace now, and let's see if there can be any push at the tail end of things. Options of stepping, right? More manageable. Take a breather if you need an option as well. Everything is on the table. Everything is cool. Got 15 seconds here. Got 15. There we go, folks. Come on, come on. Keep on working through this. Make it to that finish line of each of the movements. Finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Active recovery if you'd like. Step it forward and lift up. Switch it up. All right. Next up, we go up, downs, or burpees. Up, downs, or burpees will follow. Okay, let's reach up high, open and stretch. Let's get ready for up, downs. We start in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's make it happen. Up and down. You could go flat to the stomach, or you could jump at the top, or you could do both. Good. Pace it, right? What is a pace that you can maintain? Keep it there, please.
Here's my push-up for Ed.
Woo! Ed, she's doing push-ups for you, my man.
Just one.
I will... Ed, this better not become a normal thing. All right, we got ourselves 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Last few. Remember, recovery will be down on the floor. We go finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's bring it down to the floor. You can go in and out of child's pose, or you can just hang out and breathe. We're going to be finishing last movement with those bear crawls up and back. Bear crawls up and back to wrap up the day. Let's get ready for it. We start in 3, in 2, in 1. Let's rock out those bear crawls. You give me a great finish to your day, folks. Make it smooth. And then if you're feeling good, maybe add a little sizzle to it, right? You start moving a little quicker. Get those hips moving, and you're keeping those knees very close to the ground for that extra challenge. Butt up if you need it. Butt up as kind of that safety option for you. Nicely done. We're looking at 15, final 15. Don't quit on me now, folks. It is the last 15 seconds. Give me what you got to wrap it up. All right, finished up in 3, in 2, in 1. Rest. Go on to the back. We're just going to depress that low back. Slowly have one foot going down. Bring it back up. All right. Last few. 3, 2, and you are officially wrapped for the day. Woo! Hopefully we got some good heart rates out there. Maybe we're getting some afterburn post-workout. That's definitely something that I would love to have for everybody. Nice effort out there, huh? I can tell there was a lot of effort put in here, and I know when there's effort here with the All-Star that you all are working extra hard at home. So good job on you. Give yourself some well-earned high fives, pats on the backs, breathers, smile, be stoked. We've done. It's time to just do a little bit of stretch time from here. So stretches will vary a little bit. We are going to change things up a little bit. Go ahead and finish out with that water, and then you'll join us down on the floor. So we're going to start in our pigeon pose. Actually, let's start out with our hip flexor. So let's do this. We're going to have our right knee down, and our left foot is going to step in front. That way you all can get a good visual. You can bring the hands to the floor from here. Okay? Push the hips forward, squeeze your butt on that right side, and then bring that right arm up and reach across. Okay? So I'm keeping my left hand down, but I've now reached my right arm to my left side. I'm maintaining a little squeeze of my butt on the right, and I'm opening a stretch into the quad and hip flexor on the left. Let's do a nice big inhale in. As we exhale, we'll bring that hand down. I want you to next bring this foot over to the right side. So pigeon pose, right? This time, we're not moving into the pigeon. We're just going to sit into it, and whether that's on the hands, down onto the elbows, or whether you can even put that left knee down. All is good. You just kind of figure out where it works best for you. We're going to stay down here, and remember that we're trying to get your left butt to push downward towards the floor. And that's where we're opening this stretch, is kind of lateral and posterior chain of the glute. Let's get a nice big inhale all the way in. Nice long exhale out. We're going to just gently come back up onto the hands. Let's go ahead and switch the knees. So our left knee down, our right foot steps in front. We're going to push the hips forward, squeeze your butt on the left side, and then it's your left hand doing the reaching to the right side this time. Left hand to the right side. So I was a little inspired about a conversation that I had with some friends this weekend where they were asking us about intermittent fasting, something that Sarah and I do. Also, quick note, Sarah's kind of doing some movement through this, doing some various openings. You're welcome to play with it as you go through here. And then we're going to work our way down, left hand back to the floor, foot across and down to the pigeon pose again, this time on that right side. Right butt pushing towards the floor is what we're going for. And work yourself into your happy down point. So we were talking a little bit about intermittent fasting. Of course, that's a really kind of common thing that we hear talked about these days, whether it's weight loss or overall health. And so our friends were asking me, why do you guys do that, and what is it, and what does it entail? So we thought it'd be a good idea to kind of give you our 2 cents on intermittent fasting and what it does for you health-wise. Let's go ahead and bring it up, back up onto the hands. We're going to go onto the knees next, and we're going to work our way into a camel pose, and we're going to use this as a chest and shoulder stretch opportunity. Now, there's some variations that you can do depending on what works for you, but your starting point would be hands on the back of your hip, squeezing your butt, and then just gently kind of leaning back a little bit with the top of the body. Now, if you feel good with this and you want to go further, you can bring the hands to the heels behind you and try to pin your shoulder blades back. If you're up here and you can't go any lower, I want you to just pull your elbows backwards so that we're going to open through the front here. We're going to keep working on that breathing. Intermittent fasting. Well, it basically means you're going at least 12 hours without eating. Usually it's done during your sleep cycle. Nice big inhale in, nice long exhale out. Let's come out of that motion, and we'll just come into our kneeling position, and we'll work on a little bit of neck stretches to wrap things up today. So butt down onto your heels. Let's take your left hand behind you. With your right hand, you're going to pull your head a little to the right side and just a little bit down towards your lap. So if you're trying to go 12 hours or longer, that basically constitutes as intermittent fasting. And what intermittent fasting really does more than anything, what you know for sure that it does, is it gives your gut an opportunity to reset itself. So if you eat dinner at 6 p.m. and you go to bed at 10, you've now broken down all the food that you're going to. Your body has digested and broken down that food. Let's go ahead and switch it over. Opposite side, right hand behind you. Left hand pulling the head a little towards the left side, down towards the hip. In contrast, so let me back up just a little bit. So we've broken down the food, we've gone to bed, and it's during our sleep cycle that our body really rehabilitates itself the most, whether that's physical or mental. Both of that happens the majority through our sleep cycle. Let's go ahead and release the head, neck, and shoulders. We'll kind of shake it out. We'll do one or two kind of wrist stretches with you while I'm still chit-chatting about your intermittent fasting here. And so if the body is spending a lot of energy trying to break down food during your sleep cycle, that energy cannot be used as well to rehabilitate the body from against disease, against rebuilding muscle, or towards like remembering things mentally. Let's go ahead and reverse the hand so that the fist pulls in towards the top of the shoulder, and we get that top forearm stretch next. Now, in contrast to that, a lot of times people will eat something closer towards bedtime, maybe within the last hour or so, and then your body is basically breaking down food during your sleep cycle when that energy could be used to actually help you kind of rehabilitate and repair more so than break down the food. Let's go ahead and switch it over, opposite side through here, pulling the fingers towards you and having the palm away from you. So from a health reason, it really allows you to get the best benefits out of your sleep, intermittent fasting does. Now beyond that, it also minimizes your time towards eating, and so in a lot of ways that allows some caloric restriction to happen for people as well. So there can be a nice weight loss element to it for folks, on top of just kind of the overall health of what we're doing and healing through the evening. Let's go ahead and reverse that grip. The fist pulls in towards the top of the shoulder. You feel the top of the forearm stretching. So how does this look? Well, I kind of gave you that breakdown of like Sarah and I might eat dinner at 6 or 7, but what we do when we wake up is we're not going to eat again until maybe 9 or 10 in the morning. So generally Sarah and I are going to go at least like 14 hours through our intermittent fast. I'd say you tend to make me starve for 16 hours for most of the time. I call it her starving me, but it's more just a joke. But she's trying to go for a little bit of that longer intermittent stretch. You can go ahead and shake that on out, everybody. That intermittent fast through there. So we just kind of wanted to bring that up real quickly. If you have some deeper options about, or deeper questions about that, you'd like us to go more in depth, we'd be happy to approach it in future episodes. In the meantime, we hope you enjoyed your first new workout of the new series. Sarah's not totally sold on it. We'll talk about it. If things change, we'll talk about that on Thursday. In the meantime, you all treat yourselves to some good, healthy food, maybe some dark leafy greens, and we will see you very, very soon.